And we are back, and we just finished watching 2015's Tangerine, rated R, with a runtime of 1 hour and 28 minutes. This we caught on Max, but it's also on Roku channel and to buy rent on Prime. This comes to us from Sean Baker, who is currently in contention for an Oscar this year for his film Nora. And this is written by Sean Baker and Chris Bergoch. This is tagged as comedy, crime, drama, and holiday. I guess this is a new holiday classic.
Technically is a Christmas movie.
Well, it's Christmas Eve.
Christmas, well, still, that still counts. There's a Christmas song in there.
I didn't see any Christmas decorations.
There was a Christmas tree.
Where?
The cab driver's house, completely decked out for Christmas.
That's right. Forgot about that. I mean, we spend most of the time on the streets, so.
Yeah. I mean, there's some, they walk by a Christmas tree farm and.
Do they? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah, you ain't paying attention.
Which is unfortunate because this isn't a long film. It's only an hour and 28. But, okay. According to IMDb, a hooker tears through Tinseltown on Christmas Eve searching for the pimp who broke her heart.
Yeah.
I guess that's a good summation
of this. It's a good summation, yeah. I wouldn't call this a crime movie other than the fact that it involved prostitutes.
And Chester, who's involved in nefarious activities.
Yeah, but they're not really actively, aside from performing sex acts for money.
Yeah. That's a crime.
Yeah, but it's not really like the purpose of the movie, though. It's not like as though, we're putting a crew together and robbing the bank or robbing the casino or something.
Right. All right.
It's just, my man did me wrong and I'm going to go beat the crap out of his girlfriend and beat the crap out of him when I find him.
Right. Okay. This stars two relative unknowns, Katana Kiki Rodriguez as Cindy and Maya Taylor as Alexandra. Two friends who, Alexandra's waiting for Cindy to come out of the joint, I guess, after
she was in prison for apparently 28 days.
Well, yeah, I was going to say like about a month.
I don't know if they ever, I guess for prostitution.
It has to be.
Yeah.
And there's that scene in the scene in the donut time where Cindy confronts Chester. She says that he asked her to put his teener in her wig.
Oh, right.
Because he would have gotten arrested for intent to distribute, but she was just for holding.
Yes.
Okay,
so I guess that's right. Thank you.
Yeah, don't hold anybody's teener.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't know what that is.
It's drugs.
First when she said it, I thought it was like another word for penis, but it wouldn't have made sense, so I didn't say that.
Chester has a detachable penis.
Yeah.
Well, teener, I originally thought that was like money.
Why would he need to hide money?
The cops are there. They'd probably be like, well, where did this come from?
It's not illegal to have money.
It's not, but it could be confiscated. And if you got a rap sheet and you're known for nefarious stuff, they don't really need an excuse to haul your ass into jail.
Well,
I'm guessing teener is some drug thing.
Teener meant penis, and like the thing was, he told her to like hold his penis for some reason, even though the cops were coming.
This wasn't on the level of Euphoria penis, but there was penis in here.
All right, we're heading into some disturbing territory.
Yeah, I don't even know why you bring it up. There's like one guy who has his underwear off, and it's kind of like shadowed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, this wasn't really a graphic movie.
It wasn't.
I mean, there was some implied sexual situations, some bobbing of heads, but nothing. Nope, you don't really see anything. I don't know. I think maybe.
I mean, there was that one scene in that hooker house.
In the brothel, there was that disgusting looking man.
Yes.
He was gross looking.
But like.
Also in the Armenian guy's car, when he picks up the woman hooker, you see her boob for like a second.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like brief though.
Yeah. This is not a kid's movie.
Yes. This is not a children's movie.
This is probably not family film night movie. So ignore the title of the podcast on this one.
Yes. This is, I mean, I do check off the box that says this is not for children.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I always check that off.
Very good.
This film gets the gold star for cussing.
Oh, Jesus. I think they must have said the word bitch about 1 million times in this movie. and I would say half of them were within the first 15 minutes.
Yes.
The only way they would refer to each other was bitch, 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 bitch. everything.
Yes.
It was like or
Yes, it was. So again, Cindy is coming out of the big house. Her buddy roommate Alexandra is there to meet her, and then accidentally slips and says, "Oh, you're dumping your guy because he cheated on you," which Cindy had no idea about. And so then Cindy gets on the warpath and wants retribution.
And she's especially hopping mad that he's cheating on her with a
lady,
an actual woman.
Yeah. Or as they call fish.
A fish, yes.
A white fish.
A white fish. Yeah. Look at that. A lot of apparent lines were crossed with that.
With Chester.
Yeah.
What was your fun fact? Could you repeat it for the table?
Oh, the probably the most one of the more interesting things about this film was that it was filmed entirely with 3 iPhones that had some kind of Kickstarter lens that you just snap onto them and some sort of app. So this way they were able to get widescreen shots. And I got to be honest, I would never have been able to tell.
No, I thought this was filmed with like an actual film camera.
The film looked
decent.
Like it had decent quality.
Yeah.
I mean, from what I read, after they had the film, then they put it through some filters in some film editing programs like Final Cut and DaVinci Resolve. And that's some ingenuity there. Yeah. And apparently they took the money that they would have spent on camera equipment and then just used it for extra actors and film locations.
Nice.
Really?
So, yeah.
You don't need to go to film school to make a film.
No. I would strongly recommend you don't go to film school if you want to be a filmmaker because it's a waste of money.
I like in the scenes where they were walking, I thought that was filmed on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where you see it more when it's like.
Well, that one, there's a like it's you get that handheld thing, but even then, it wasn't that jarring because from what I understand, they also had some sort of like steady cam thing
stuff. Yeah.
that helped I guess hold the iPhones. But still, on a freaking iPhone, that's
impressive.
It's impressive.
Yeah. According to IMDb, the budget on this baby was $100,000, and it wound up making $840,999.
Jesus,
that's a good return on investment.
$100,000. That's like
that's nothing.
That's like 1940s or 1930s type budgets.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I doubt Kiki and Maya were demanding big bucks on their contracts.
Yes,
I want my own trailer. No.
I want a bigger trailer than this bitch.
Yeah.
That's probably a direct quote.
I think the trailer was the bathroom at that donut time shop.
I'm gonna go around the table and get impressions. I thought this was okay. It wasn't the best thing I ever saw. It wasn't the worst thing I ever saw. I thought the banter, I'd be curious to know if it was ad-libbed or if it was actually written, but the banter between Alexandra and Cindy is top tier. Like, that is just very filthy, very dirty, but it felt very, almost like this was a documentary, kind of. Like, we're just watching 2 people. It didn't feel like a film. It felt more like a slice of life sort of thing. I guess that would be the category for this, slice of life.
Yeah.
Although on IMDb it says comedy. I
would tag it as a comedy as well. There was
You guys laughed at some parts of this.
There were ridiculous moments in it, and just the way everybody was behaving.
Yeah.
It was
really over the top. Yeah.
Oh yeah, when she's dragging Dinah around.
That was funny.
It was just everybody was nuts.
I laughed when Mia was in the back of the cab. That whole story.
Oh, the old man.
The old man.
Who was Cherokee Native.
Oh, yeah. Clu Gallagher.
Where's he from? I've seen his face.
He was in Return of the Living Dead. A
okay.
lot of older movies.
Okay.
But yeah, I would definitely say that this was. I wouldn't say it's a straight comedy. It's as we go our common go-to. It's not Step Brothers or anything like that.
No.
But there are humorous moments. The performances are really good, but I don't really feel like either of those lead actresses was stretching much. Right. I mean, they were both what they were. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that they were both prostitutes. I'm just saying that they were transgender. I don't know if they what their living situations were in real life, but they were cursing like crazy. That's what young people generally do. The performances were good. I didn't mind the writing. The thing probably that
lack of subtitle. That was my only complaint.
That was annoying when the Armenians were just. We spent several scenes with just everybody, and they were just speaking Armenian.
Right.
And no subtitles at all. I mean, I got the gist of what was going on just because of the situation.
Right.
But there was that. Also, it felt a little too much like I felt like I was watching some trash on the Learning Channel. Just terrible people doing terrible things. And
who was your least favorite character?
Probably the cab driver.
Really? Not Cindy?
Cindy was annoying, but she was basically the catalyst for all the action in the movie, pretty much. If you didn't have Cindy doing the crazy stuff that she was doing, you really wouldn't have had a film at all.
Also, she wasn't cheating on her wife.
Right.
Yeah, apparently.
Dude, are you kidding me?
She wasn't cheating on her man.
Right.
Yeah, Cindy was probably the, I guess, most moral of everybody in the movie. She wasn't cheating on. I mean, she was a prostitute, but I mean it's not like as though she was cheating on Chester.
Right.
Chester counts on her being a prostitute because Chester's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cab driver, I don't know. He's just driving.
Icky.
He's just driving around, and then
He's
looking for prostitutes, and then he's going home.
Specific type of.
He's going home to a specific type of prostitute. And he's going home to his wife and family it's Christmas Eve. He can't even stay with them on Christmas Eve. He did what he did. Then he's kissing his daughter. I didn't see you wash your face.
Our hands.
You kiss your wife with that? Like, seriously? Come on. Yeah. Get control of yourself. You got a problem.
Oh, I thought Chester was the most reprehensible because I also.
All right, Chester was bad, but
No, because at the end, he's gaslighting people.
Oh, he's
gaslighting people. He's like, oh, but you didn't tell her about such and such and such and such. And it's like, it's almost like he absolves himself of any wrongdoing. And meanwhile, he's the biggest piece of crap. The reason that Cindy went to jail is because of Chester.
Well, I think the thing with Chester is that the reason why I find the cab driver worse is because Chester is Chester.
Sure.
He's a pimp. That's what he does.
He's a pimp. That's what he does. It's like the whole, the scorpion story. It's like, why'd you sting me? Because I'm a freaking scorpion. The cab driver is like, oh, I'm a family man. And meanwhile, I
don't know if he's flaunting that he's a family man, but
he's giving head to a prostitute.
Yeah. Come on.
It wasn't even the other way around.
And then he can't. And then once he hears, oh, wait, Cindy's out?
He goes running away from his family on Christmas Eve.
To hell with Christmas Eve. I'm going back out there.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right.
You're scum.
You're pushing it.
You are scum. So I dislike the cab driver the most.
All right. Fair enough.
I'm glad he got caught. I'm sorry. I probably shouldn't say that. I'm glad there was something at the end where I guess you could say there's like a little bit of justice there.
Is there?
Maybe. I mean, who knows? They're screaming in Armenian.
Yeah, exactly. We don't see his wife throwing him out or anything.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the apartment. It's not like she told him, you don't get to cross the threshold.
Not only sitting, he carries the kid home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really wish that we had subtitles because it seemed like she was defending him to her mom.
I'm going to agree with G on that one. I feel like the mother-in-law definitely went out of her way to peep what Razmik was doing.
I think that's his name.
And then she calls the daughter to come see. And then they're basically fighting. And again, 100% G's point, because I don't speak Armenian and nobody else at this table does. So I lost a lot of what was going on.
Yeah.
And I wonder if we needed to switch something on the settings, but I don't know.
Because if they were there, they would have been there. It isn't some sort of like setting you put in afterwards, like closed captioning or something, which we did have on.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love closed captioning.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan.
No one's asking you, though.
It's distracting.
Olive G.
It's not distracting.
Least favorite character in the film?
The cab driver.
Cab driver as well. What's your reasoning?
I just didn't like him. Like, he's literally cheating on his wife. Like, he's going after Cindy. Like, get the hell out of my face.
Yeah.
Betraying his family.
Oh, well, maybe is he one of those people that what is that?
Carpe diem?
No, what is that thing?
What?
Compartmentalize?
Yes, that word. Can you say that again?
Compartmentalize?
Yes, maybe he's one of those people that does that, where he puts things in a little box and this
That
is here.
that is
this
not.
here.
Oh,
Bro, are you trying to justify
I compartmentalize my deviant behavior, so it's okay. I could betray my wife.
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm not trying to.
There's no justification for his
trying
actions.
to understand
Yeah,
the
you can't
character.
defend the guy cheating on his family.
Let me again remind everybody at this table that this is a work of fiction, not real. So I'm just trying to
Stella, don't defend someone.
I'm not trying to defend it. I'm just
Don't defend him.
I'm trying to understand the motivations of the character in the story.
He's worse than Chester.
He's worse than Chester. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I see your argument. I still dislike Chester more.
Chester didn't bother me. I mean, Chester was exactly what I thought he would be. So,
what did we think of the Dinah character? I'm going to go around this way. Olive G, what did you think of Dinah?
Like, honestly, I didn't really care for her.
No?
Like, she was just there. I felt bad for her at the end, kind of, because, you know, she was, like, kicked out and stuff like that.
she's like a sad character.
She is a sad character, a tragic character, yeah. Yeah, and then at the end, the other woman was like, yeah, well, I don't need you here.
Yeah.
Called another girl.
Yeah. It's not like as though she comes out a winner in any sense. I mean, she may feel fine towards the end of, I guess, donut time, but it's not like as though there's any kind of victory there or anything like that. She's still in this miserable situation. She's like a meth head prostitute working in just, oh my God, that motel room or wherever they were
was weird.
So disgusting.
Yeah.
So absolutely. I mean, and just that dude.
Yeah.
His head was wider than his body.
The other thing is watching that scene as the mother of daughters, I just like my heart breaks because it's like, obviously that will never happen here, but to have that happen to your child.
Yeah, she's somebody's kid.
She's somebody's kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is heartbreaking to me. And to think that you have no other recourse than to live this life.
Or, I mean, I doubt she went out looking for this either. It's sort of like, I'm sure
she's a victim of circumstance.
There has been some terrible
downward spiral here.
Some terrible events on the road that led her to this situation where it's like, here I am sitting barefoot outside of a disgusting motel because I got replaced as a prostitute.
Yeah.
And she didn't even have two shoes anymore. She just had the one sandal.
Yeah.
She was just filthy looking too.
Yeah. She looked like
she looked like she hadn't bathed in forever.
Yeah. Gee, what did you think of Alexandra?
I was fine with her until it's revealed what she does towards the end.
Same.
I felt a little bad for her too because she has that show and absolutely nobody shows up. But then, after that, something is revealed. I don't know. Did we spoil this? Because it's from...
I feel like we can. I mean, this film is 10 years ago, 2015.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
For some reason, anything with 20 in front of it, I just feel like that was recent.
It's not, though.
We're at 2025.
Yeah.
Remember when the year 2000 just felt like it was just never going to come and like it was going to be amazing?
Now it's 2025. And where are my jetpacks?
Yeah. Jetpacks, flying cars, robots. And
we're getting close to the robot situation. But
they can't come soon enough and just exterminate all of us.
But then the very end sequence, G, does that sort of vindicate Alexandra or no?
I mean, I guess she's still being a good friend to Cindy. But that was so shitty of her.
That was shitty of her.
And so can we spoil? Wait.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, she slept with her man, and then she went to Cindy talking shit about him, like, oh, his breath smells like he's always eating ass or something, like, and then you slept with him, like, okay.
Yeah.
She's just trying to like make it better, like, oh, it just happened once, it didn't mean anything. Happened once too many.
Right. And I think that, she is trying to be a better friend, or maybe she's trying to downplay him so that Cindy does, well, because she says in the beginning, you're leaving Chester.
Yeah.
You found out that he cheated on you. And that's the thing that starts the ball rolling. And maybe she thought that Cindy somehow learned this lesson. And especially if the reason that she's in jail is because of this idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if he has her name tattooed on him.
Yeah, that means absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. What did you think of the mother-in-law?
I didn't really feel anything towards her. I mean, I'm guessing she was looking out for her daughter. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing she didn't like Resnick, especially because he's just walking out on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, there's no way to know, obviously, because we can't really infer anything because there weren't really, again, I think you and I had this conversation before. Filmmakers, if you are using a different language other than English, and again, not trying to say just always cater to English, but in order to really engage your audience, subtitles or some kind of system of,
especially for something as prolonged as that.
Yes.
It
every
was
sequence.
That was like a couple of scenes.
Yeah.
Where you just didn't understand what they were really saying. You can get the gist, I guess. Like when she was in the back of the cab with the other Armenian guy.
Right. That was another, yes.
That was it. That was just,
at least a quarter of this film was in a different language. And it was like, we could only infer the story by facial expressions and actions and things like that. Like the mother-in-law is at the donut time.
Yeah. Seriously, like don't take me out of the film with this.
Yeah.
Don't make me think, what the hell?
Yeah, that was my only thing. So, but getting back to the mother-in-law, she obviously, whether for good or whatever, she doesn't like her son-in-law. Mm-hmm. And she takes it upon herself to Perry Mason the situation and finds out, I think originally she thinks that he's doing drugs, but then Chester opens his big mouth and tells her what Resnick is all about.
Yeah.
Did you think that the mother-in-law was justified?
And that she wants to look out for her daughter, yeah.
But then it seemed like the daughter wasn't interested in.
The daughter's invested. The daughter is married to this guy. She's got a kid with this guy. It's not like as though she probably should leave him because he clearly has some desires that
she can't.
She's never going to be able to satisfy that. And not only that, but it's a matter of trust. You're in this. You marry somebody, you have a child with somebody, and he's like hooking up with prostitutes. Like I said, I wasn't even like kidding about the whole thing that it's disgusting. He's coming home and he's just like kissing his kid. Mm-hmm. Prostitutes, especially, it's not like he went to some high class, place where like the ladies are in windows and they're checking them for STDs every other day. This is just busted looking, bedraggled prostitutes from the street. I doubt there's any health board. So yeah, he's that's just gross.
Okay.
That's the ultimate. I mean, seriously, imagine he comes home, the wife's like, "Hey, guess what? I've got crabs, gonorrhea, and syphilis now."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or something.
Where did that come from, Resnick?
Razmik,
whatever.
Razmik. Yeah, this was interesting to say the least. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was on my list of things to watch. I've been curious about it, and it was short, and I think that's why we chose it as the family film. But this is not a family film.
No.
This is definitely not a family film. This is more in line of very adult watch, very, what's the word I'm looking for? This is about sex workers and trans sex workers at that.
Yeah.
And how
it's not presented in a great light. This isn't like Pretty Woman.
Yes, this is not. Everyone's got their battle scars here. They're not living easy lives. I appreciated the filmmakers making this film, though, because it gives you a window into this world. It gives you a window into just like a slice of people who are just trying to survive. Some of them with a little bit of humor, most of them with a ferocity that is admirable, especially considering that the world and the system is basically against all of them. So I appreciated that part of the storytelling. I also am, to your trivia information, just completely blown away about how this film was made. I think that's amazing. I think this is a perfect example for others who want to tell stories, that there is no limits here. You don't need a huge studio backing you to tell your stories. You just need apparently 3 iPhones and some software and some.
Yeah, I agree.
Lens.
If anybody takes anything away from this, read how the film was made.
And go out there and tell your stories.
I just did a brief little dive into it, and you can get all this stuff. Most of it you can get for free. Some of it costs like $8.
Amazing.
And just put it all together. And like I said, this did not look cheap.
No, it didn't.
It didn't look like one of those Mar Vista movies that you were always watching.
I love those. How dare you?
Looked like they were like filmed with, I don't know, like a Super 8 camera or something. No lighting, nothing. This, if you care, and you can get some good quality stuff.
Speaking of no lighting, what was that trailer, that Heather Graham movie with animation?
Oh, Jesus. What was that movie?
I don't remember, but they did not care about lighting.
They didn't care about lighting at all.
All right, so we're going to wrap it up. I'm going to go around the table and get numbers. I'm going to start with myself. From start to finish, I really liked the very, I guess, realistic kind of filmmaking that happens here. It felt like a documentary. It's not a documentary. Well, it could be. I'm sure a lot of this stuff is born in stories of reality. However, I loved all the actors, and I say that in quotes, actors, because I don't think that these are actors for the most part. I think some of them are, but our 2 main leads definitely aren't. And it lends this sort of authenticity to the storytelling that's amped up because these are 2 trans people in this crazy, chaotic world just trying to survive. So it's nice to get that point of view. It's not something that you see all the time. Again, my only gripe was I wish there had been subtitling during the scenes with the Armenians. I think it took me out because I really wanted to understand what was going on. But again, I had to sort of piece it together through my own inferences and stuff. And it would have been nice to know exactly what's being said. I think if I'm going to give this a number from 1 to 10, I would actually give this a 7. I think it's a strong story. I think even though the character of Cindy isn't likable, by the end, you kind of feel bad for her. And even though she is betrayed by her friend Alexandra, the fact that they can still come at the end together in friendship and love is, I guess, gratifying and was a nice end to this story. What say you?
I would say overall, I'm not really a fan of this movie. There's not any likable characters. I don't.
The dog, the baby. At one point, I thought that dog was going to bite that baby. I was like, nobody is watching this child, and she's just running amok in this apartment.
Like, I got to be honest, I they could have gotten rid of the whole cabbie subplot.
Yeah.
It wasn't necessary for the rest of the film. It wasn't necessary for the end. They could have still had their fight at donut time without him being present.
Or he could have just been a side character who brought them in.
It just
was sort of entangled in a fight and then just screen left.
To me, that didn't really add anything to the story. I'm really impressed by how the film was made. Mm-hmm. So that gets a couple of points for me. But as far as like the actual story, it kind of dragged there, especially when she eventually finds Dinah. That sequence of her dragging her through the streets just lasted way too long. Yeah, I would probably give this a 5.
A 5. Okay.
I mean, like there were funny moments to it, but a lot of it felt like I was watching Trainwreck TV.
Yeah,
like I was watching the Learning Channel or something.
You mentioned Cindy dragging Dinah across, like I guess, town. What did you think of the scene in the bathroom where she's kind of doing her makeup?
To me, that just, I guess, it just meant like Cindy was sort of understanding that it really is not Dinah's fault. Mm-hmm. Dinah's a prostitute. Chester's a pimp. She's just
it's doing like this.
This is
to do,
it's exactly. It's like, how could you be mad for these people doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing? And it wasn't like as though Dinah was like, "Oh, I'm so in love with Chester." Mm. She couldn't give a crap about Chester. Chester was just a pimp. So, yeah, I don't know.
Olive G, what did you think of what's to 10? What would you give this film?
4.
A 4. Okay. You really didn't like it?
Did not care for this movie.
All right. Gigi, 1 to 10.
Maybe a 5. It was super average.
Super average. All right. 5, 5, 4. And what did I say? 7? Mm-hmm. All right. I guess this is an acquired taste. I think, again, if you are a film student, you should definitely check this out. Just for
check it out. Check it out to see how it looks, and check out to see how it was made. Like, do a little research on how this was done, because they did a really good job for something that utilized not professional equipment at all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think also for the screenwriting, I mean, I think that it didn't feel like an actual script. It just felt like most of it was ad-libbed. And I don't know, because I didn't read too much into the story, but I'd be curious to know if any of that was ad-libbed or if that was actual, like that all came from a script. Like that was all scripted.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. So, all right. Maybe not. Maybe a skip. But if you're curious, it's currently streaming on Max. And with that, we will bid you all a
good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.